right, sorry about that. Kid screaming in the background. I had to go take care of it. The joys of YouTube and filming at home during this virus. So four games that I feel don't get enough love and attention. These are in no particular order. That's not number one, number two. It's just four games that I feel don't get enough love and attention. So my first one, and again, no particular order. I've done full reviews of these games on my channel. Go back in the archive and check them out. Unity. This is you can purchase this from Modiphius. Um, it's from Zensara Studios. It's created by Anson Tran. Um, it kind of came and went. It was a Kickstarter. It was blasted on the web there for a while, and then all of a sudden it went away. The production value of this book is top notch. It is very well done. My only critique is there is no index. Uh, or I'm sorry, there's a table of content. There's no index. Is that right? Did I get that right? Oh no, man, one of these. There's too many games. There's the shout out to all the Kickstarters. Very functional character sheet. Yeah, there's an index and a table of contents. I just missed it. So yeah, table of contents. Yep, there it is. Table of contents. So the art in here is fantastic. I don't know what happened to this game or why it fell off the radar. It appears to be a really good game. There's a very in-depth world, and this is the only book you need to buy. If you go to their website, um, which it's not listed readily, let's see, unity-rpg.com, www.unity.rpg, or excuse me, unity-rpg.com. You can see it's got the semi-gloss matte cover. The art is fantastic in the book. It is very consistent. I gave this a very good review. I like the mechanics. I like the character creation. That's a big baddie on the back. It's really good. It's a very unique world. It's very different. It's not like D&D. It's not like, uh, Pathfinder, any of those other games. It's its own little world. It's very well done. It has a nice ribbon. Comes with a ribbon. Production quality is very high. Layout of the book, the formatting is, I think, top notch. The art is phenomenal. I really dig the art in here. The inside cover has the world map. I mean, there's some of the art. If you like that kind of almost World of Warcraft, I don't know. To me, it's just really good art. And it's consistent throughout the whole book. There's a couple black and white drawings, but yeah, there's a mutant. I mean, phenomenal art. The layout of the book, the font that they chose to use, everything it's laid out. Character creation is pretty snazzy. Another great picture. Like I said, I did a full review of the game and go back in the archives and check it out. But this uses a full set of polyhedral dice, and it's a 2d10 plus or minus any situational and or benefits and flaws that you may have, and you're just looking to beat that target number. So awesome game. Four factions, one destiny. Punished, forsaken, and left for dead by the very hand that created them. Four races must come together and unite against the grim horrors of a world set on fire. Explore the forgotten remnants of a once golden age when mortals rose to challenge gods. Rediscover long forgotten ancient technologies that blur the lines between reality and wonder. Stride atop colossal mechanized machines of war from a bygone era. Embrace the discovery of new and exciting cultures and a scarred landscape full of secrets and hidden beauty. Uh, Guys, I can't say enough about this. If you haven't checked this game out, go check it out. I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping on Modiphius's website you can get a PDF if you don't want to drop the full, $57.99, $60. But it is, like I said, full color, hardback. It's very well put together. And how many pages are we looking at here? Including the Kickstarter backers page, 367 pages. So Unity, full polyhedral dice. It has tiers. Its character creation is pretty simple. Some cool races, very distinct to this world. definitely check it out. It's one I want to get to the table and maybe try and play. Maybe I'll do it on Discord with some of my Patreon subscribers if they want to try a new game, because this is one that I really like. It's a good read. Mechanics appear to be solid. It's got a little bit of a bestiary in it. I mean, it's a complete game all in one. You can go on their website and download an adventure, which has some monsters. It's a complete adventure. It's an intro adventure. So definitely worth checking out. Unity by Zensara Studios, published by Modiphius. So you can go to www.modiphius.com and you can buy this. So definitely worth your bacon if you want to buy it. I definitely would recommend it. I think it's a very good game. Got my hair cut yesterday and it's all over the place. Um, the second game, and again, no particular order, no preference to which one's better than the others. This is one of my favorite settings, Gods of the Fall, for the original Cypher system. Now, I know the Cypher system has been updated to, I guess, the second edition. I am not a fan of the Cypher system. I don't like it. It's just me. I think it's a very simple system. I think it's a fast system. I don't have a beef with it. I've played it a number of times and I don't like it. I love the Strange setting, which uses the Cypher system, and I have several of the books for it. I have Numenera and several of the books for Numenera because when I was playing it, I'm a completionist. I like to get everything if I can. But the more I played it and the more I read up on it didn't spark me. The game world is very unique. It's very different. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just not the game for me. I personally don't like it, but I like this setting. I just wish it didn't use the Numenera or the Cypher system. I wish it used a different system. But I read the preamble for this and I was hooked right away. And so when it came out, I bought it. And it's Monte Cook. Everything in it is phenomenal. The art, the layout, everything. This is a $45 book. I got mine off of Amazon for quite a bit cheaper. There's the map of the world. There's the Eye of Elhanter. I can't say these damn fancy names. Anyway, that's where the gods fell. This is literally a fantasy world. It uses your standard Cypher system. It's a very easy system. 1d20 is the only die you need. And then you're good to go. It's got a bestiary in it. It's got everything you need in this book. It is a whopping, including character sheet. We are looking at 192 pages, including the character sheet. Phenomenal art. Monte Cook, I mean, he has the money to pay top notch for art. The quality of the book is nice. It's stitched and glued binding. It's printed in Canada, and it's MonteCookGames.com. This is an awesome setting, and I really haven't seen much of it on the internet. I think I did find a YouTube where they played it. It wasn't enough to hold, the players and the GM weren't enough to hold my interest. I'm very picky, but I've read this. I really like it. It's basically the gods. It's its own fantasy realm. The gods were living, breathing entities, and they fell. Something happened. I won't spoil it because you need to read it and play it. And the gods fell, and when they fell, their essences shattered and they are spread out across the land. You are born at that time, and you have the God spark in you. And so, as you go and gather more of these essences and you find relics of this past error, you gain more power. And so, you basically become a god. And so, you get to decide what kind of god you want to be. You want to be a trickster god, you want to be, a god of lust, and pleasure. You can do that if you want to be a combat god. You want to be a god of thunder, the goddess of thievery. You can be, and you get to kind of build your character and make it the way you want. So it's very well done. Again, not a fan of the Cypher system, but in this case, it's okay. I would play this if someone was going to run this. I don't think I would want to GM it, just because I think my lack of fondness for the Cypher system would come through, because I would get annoyed with it quickly and then I wouldn't want to run it. But the world is amazing. The setting in here, this is, a complete book. This is all you need. You don't need to buy anything else. Well, maybe the Cypher system. And I'm sure I would imagine on Monte Cook's website, there's an upgrade to upgrade this to Cypher 2.0. But the art is fantastic. The layout of the book is really well done. It's very well written. Um, I can't say enough good things about it. It's a very cool campaign setting. Uh, all you need is this book and the Cypher system. And like I said, you could probably buy Cypher second edition, and go on the website moneycook.com and probably find the conversion rules to Cypher 2.0 or second edition, whatever they're calling it. So definitely, if those who don't know, the Cypher system is a D20, and I believe you want to roll equal to or under. I can't remember. But it's a simple D20 rule. That's the only die you need. It's a very simple system. Everything's in multiples of 3. So if you're fighting a first level monster, it's 3 times 1 is 3. That's your target number. So, and you go from there. It's a very simple system. Skills are very open-ended, which is what I don't like about the game. It doesn't have a definitive skill system. That's just me. I like a little bit more crunch. This is super easy to as far as mechanics go. But again, super awesome setting. The art in here is fantastic. If you want your own Pantheon, if you want to make your own gods, and you want an easy game system to use, you want to look into this, because the setting is pretty bleak, because the bad people have kind of taken over. They don't control everything, but they're well on their way to doing it. So you're playing the heroes and trying to, you can still be kind of an evil or a bad god, but you don't want those bad people to be in charge. And so it's kind of one of those things. So it's a very neat setting, very well done in my opinion. Art is phenomenal. Layout of the book is very well done. You do yourself a favor and pick this up. If you're a fan of the Cypher system, then you definitely want this in your collection. If you're like me and you're not a big fan of the Cypher system, this would be great to maybe move into like another game system. Unity maybe would be good. Any Savage Worlds would actually work out really well. I've seen a number of conversions from Numenera to Savage Worlds, and they seem pretty cool. So I think systems like that are a little bit more crunchier would do this a great service. So definitely check this out if you want to play a god. This is the game for you. And if you want to make your own Pantheon or be a part of creating a new Pantheon with your GM and your fellow players, this is the way to go. All right, so number 3 on the list. This is by Scott Malthouse, and I gotta thank my good buddy Brian Isakoff because he sent this to me. I've done a review of it. All of these games have a review on my channel, so go back in the archives. I forgot how many videos I've got up, guys. I've got over 200, I think over 250 videos up of game reviews, so it's quite a bit. But this is Romance of the Perilous Land. This is by Osprey Games. This is part of their RPG line. They have another game. I can't remember the name of that game, but it's very much a primeval game. That one, it's like almost caveman days. But I did a good review. My buddy Brian sent this to me as a present, so thank you, Bri. This is another one that I really want to get to the table. This uses a D20 system, and you want to roll under your target number, plus or minus modifiers. And it's just a phenomenal. It's basically King Arthurian lore with a little bit of Scottish and English folklore thrown in, and a little bit of just straight up fantasy. So it's very well done. It's a digest size book. You can see it's pretty small. The art is phenomenal. It's Osprey. I mean, they've been making books for years, and this is $35. I know you can get it on Amazon, and you can buy it from Osprey Direct. But it's the layout is really good. I mean, the art's pretty solid. It's that Arthurian art. And you can play knights, and it's got all your character classes. It's a D20 based game, but it's not D&D. It's not any flavor of D&D. It's its own game system, which is pretty cool. Monsters are kind of like first edition D&D, where they have a hit die, and that equates to how tough your monster is. So if you have a hit die 1 monster versus a hit die 5 monster, the hit die 5 monster is going to be a lot tougher. And that's also going to be the modifier that you're going to subtract. Like if you're trying to fight a hit like a bugbear is a hit die 5 monster, you're going to subtract 5 from everything you try to do to that monster. That's also its target number. And then there's various little charts and everything in here. So very super easy, fast mechanic. The layout of the book is phenomenal. The character sheet is actually quite nice. One thing I always like about Osprey is they usually include uh, a very robust character sheet, and I mean it's nothing fancy, but it is laid out really well. It makes sense, and it has just enough graphical oomph to give you a flavor. You know, that kind of gold parchment color. You know, with the parchments rolling out and everything. It's really well done. There's a set list of skills. This is not a difficult game to play. Always difficult to master though, because it's a role playing game. But it is very neat. I think it's definitely worth having it in your collection. And I haven't seen too many people playing it online. Again, that's why I chose these four games. They don't have a lot of presence on the web that I've seen, and this is a good one. I think I would love to play in this. I would even actually like to run this. I think this would be a fun one to run because I dig fairies and you know the British and European theme of fairy creatures, and that's very much evident and very flavorful in here. So definitely worth checking out. Like I said, D20 system, roll under the target number, and you're done. Hit monsters are based on their hit die that determines their hit points and their ability to do things. Super easy. Um, Give it a try, guys. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And again, all in one game. You don't have to go out and buy anything else. So, you know, if you're tired of the D&D, you know, the player's guide, the dungeon master's guide, the monster manual, Pathfinder is kind of in the same boat. I mean, and I get it. Game companies have to produce books to make money to stay in business. You know, they want to make one book and then, you know, they're never gonna sustain a living that way. So Pathfinder, you know, you have your one core book and then, you know, you have to buy the monster manual. You don't have to buy the game master guide. For Pathfinder, you can get away with just the monster manual and the core rule book. You've got everything you need to play that game. Everything else is just an add-on, and it is not needed. But definitely a cool game. So, and last and not least, a good favorite of mine from my good buddy Jay at Feral Games, uh, Delve Second Edition. This is hardback. This is available off of Drive Through Press. You can get it as a PDF for next to nothing. I think I have a character sheet in here. I do. I was making a character to play. I can't say enough good things about this. This is another one that I haven't really seen anybody play it. It's one I want to run. Um, it's just a cool game. This is your ship has it's a fantasy game. Your ship has crashed on the rocks, and you wake up on the beach, and you immediately roll percentile dice to see what's in your pockets, and it can be anything from lint to a healing potion. It's amazing. I think a button. I mean, it's crazy. A figurine of a god that you once worshipped. I mean, it's got all kinds of crazy stuff. And then they have a supplement out to this called Cragbaron, which is awesome. But the art in here is very well done. Um, this is a 2d10 system. It's a percentile system. So if you have a D100, if you're lucky enough to have one of those in your collection, I think they're a little easier to get now than they were back in the day. Back in the day, they were tough. But I have a couple, but you can always use 2d10 and use your percentile. Most of your damage is on a d6. It has a very robust and simple spell system, uh, easy resolution system, and it's fun. You want to roll under your percentile, and then Delve also breaks out your character's attributes. So that's what's I thought it was great. So dexterity, endurance, learning, vitality, and empathy. Delve. It's a very simple character sheet. Um, that's the character sheet. Um, Front and back. You know, it's nothing to write home about. It's very simple. It's very elegant. And I just think it's a cool system. He has a supplement out. He has two supplements out, I believe, for it. Cragbaron and something I can't remember the companion. I think. Very cool system. If you're a fan of offbeat fantasy RPG games, this is the game for you. Very well done, low key game, not super mechanical heavy, but a lot of depth and width to it to tell some engaging stories. Um, and just a fun game. So if you haven't seen this one, definitely check it out. It is worth picking up on DriveThru RPG. And as a shameless plug, you can use my affiliate link right there and pick this up. It's a fun game, guys. Check it out. I haven't got to play it, but I've read it from cover to cover, and I really enjoy it. Feral Games makes great games. If you haven't checked out their stuff, go check it out. I think he's up there with Osprey and everybody else that I've reviewed today. I've talked about. Yeah, he makes amazing stuff. He's pretty much a one-man shop, but he does an amazing job. So definitely, those are the four games that I think don't get enough attention. They don't get enough love, and I'd like to see them played more. So if you're on my Discord and you wanna try one of them, give me a shout out on my Discord. I'll put links down in the doobly doo. And then that's pretty much the end of the video. I'm just going to go into my spiel now about my Patreon and how to support the channel. So if you want to turn off, now's the time. If you want to find out more information about that to help support Mr. Mean Speaks, the link above, the Patreon link, is the best way to do it. It's $5 a month. I was going to do all these different tiers, and I decided just make it simple, $5 a month. That's easily digestible, and that gets you a special color on my Discord. So everybody else is white, and I think the Discord people that are Patreon subscribers are in blue. It's a very bright blue. So that gets you that so that you're recognized as a Patreon. And then also it gets you access to when I do special things on the channel, like That Game is a monthly show that I do, and I try to grab other industry people and we pick one RPG and we talk about that RPG, and each one of us tells why we think this game is influential in some way, shape, or form to us and what we do. We've done two so far. We're probably going to do another one. A couple of the guys from Indie seem to be a mainstay on the show. They like coming on the channel. NK.zip is very much a constant. Last month we had Cosmic Flux, who's one of my Patreons. So definitely become a Patreon and get a chance to come on the show and talk about it. Get your 5 minutes of fame, as the old saying goes. You can of course support the channel through PayPal Pay Me or through ZellyPay if you're in the United States. ZellyPay is banked into your bank account and it just sends you money. The nice part, it's instantaneous. There's no fees. So if you send me $10, I get $10, and it's jpolack@gmail.com. Is JPOLACK. Same as my PayPal Pay Me. There's links down in the doobly doo. They're also on my YouTube channel. So, and as always, like and subscribe, guys. Help grow the channel. I'm on MeWe for social media, but mostly I do everything off of Discord. So and I pay for a Discord channel, and it's, to me, it's awesome. It's worth it. It's great for role playing. It's great for interacting. Excuse me. And you can, keep on top of what's going on with Mr. Mean there on the Discord channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. It was a little bit of a shorter video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's a toddler running around in the other side of the house, and you can hear him. I hope everybody is well in this time of social distancing. Remember, wear your mask when you go outside. It's that simple. Do it for the protection of others. You may not feel that you're susceptible or whatever, but do it for the sake of others. And help. Let's stop the spread of this pandemic. So, guys, as always, peace and hair grease. Mr. Mean says, be nice.